What in the world is going on? I just talked to a friend of mine, Watchman for you, on the phone, and he had asked me if I'd seen about what Salvation Army is wanting us white people to do now. And it just blowed my mind. I thought he was joking. I'm like, come on, man, you got to be kidding. This is the Salvation Army you're talking about, you know. But he's not. He's not playing. Let me read it to y'all. This comes from TexAgs. I found it on the internet. TexAgs.com. I'll put a link in the description. It says Salvation Army wants white donors to offer a sincere apology for their racism. And then this one person wrote in there and said, I'm going to type this up and drop it in their buckets, talking about the Salvation Army. It says, Dear Salvation Army, recently it has come to my attention that the Salvation Army has identified me, a white American citizen, as a racist. The Salvation Army has stated, and I'm paraphrasing, that true healing can only come to persons of color once white people admit their racial sin of being born white. Thus, the Salvation Army now demands that I apologize for my racism and begin atoning for my or these sins. We can agree to start just ignoring those passages that describe Jesus Christ as the one who offers true atonement for sins, but I digress. Therefore, please accept this sincere apology for being white. I offer it in lieu of any financial donation, since green money from a white person's hands is obviously nothing more than a bribe made in an effort to appease the enlightened. Please use this apology to feed the hungry, clothe the naked, and heal the sick this Christmas season. I am sure the recipients will be mighty blessed. Merry Christmas, a deeply sorry white person. You know, seems like everybody in the world's getting woke. Not waking up, but getting woke. Now your Salvation Army, that done joined the crowd. You know, how, how can how can they say that all white people are racial? You know, I uh, I checked in on a friend of mine today. I texted her, and I made this little video a couple of days ago about a Mauer Armory, and just joking around at the beginning of the video. I said, y'all check this video out. And I was going to show y'all a video of the people outside the courthouse at the Mauer Armory's trial. And I played a little clip from Planet of the Apes. And then I said, whoop, I messed up. That goes to another video. Just joking, having a little bit of fun, right? And then I showed y'all the real video. Well, anyhow, she told me, she said in that text, she said I was racist, and all this. I won't go into all she said. But I'll let her know real quick. I said, look here. I said, it's okay for Red Fox and other black entertainers to make fun of white people. It's okay for anybody to make fun, even if they're just joking. It's in jest to say something about white folks, but it's not racial. It's not racist. But I can't make a little joke about the Planet of the Apes, and that's all it was a joke, without being called a racist from a black person. Well, it don't work that way, it's not racist at all. It's just having a good time. What happened to people having a good time in life? We're not getting so doggone butthurt about things. White folks don't hate black folks. I'm sorry, I hate to break your heart, but we don't hate y'all. Seems like y'all the ones that hate each other. You doggone Chicago, I think it's Chicago or Philly, one of them. They're on target right now to have more deaths by murder in the city than they, way more than they did, or as much as they did total last year. And we still got a month to go. Still got a month to go. And every day when I look on my phone, and I have a news station from Philly and one from Chicago, a couple of them from Chicago, and they posting something on there every day about somebody else being killed or being shot or being stabbed. Hell, one of them was run over. So, no, it's not about hatred. It's not about me hating the blacks. Yeah, it just so happens to be that the majority, if not all, the stories that I report are black on black crime, black on white crime, black on Asian, black on puppy dog, black on goldfish. It's either that or I do report a good bit on the homosexuals because that's something that, man, my God, and most people accept that crap. Even a lot of the churches today, they accept it. It's okay if you want to be a homosexual. Oh, come on in here and put some money in the offering plate. We'll accept you. We love you. High glory. Come on in here. No, it ain't right at all. And yeah, I do stories on things that's not right. You know, that's just bottom line. Well, anyhow, let me get back on this Salvation Army deal. All right, this comes from the Washington Times. It says the Salvation Army, best known for its red kettle donation stands at Christmas, has released a racial reconciliation curriculum urging its members to apologize for past racial misdeeds. What? Apologize? How do I know my granddaddy or somebody in my family was a slave owner or hated blacks? I can remember all my uncles and especially my daddy. My granddaddy, granddaddy now, I don't think he liked the blacks too good, but hell, he didn't like nobody too good. He didn't even like us grandyoungs. But they saying all white people are racial. Now how can they do that? How can they really do that? Let me go on. It says, and let's talk about racism. The evangelical organization declares, as we engage in conversations about race and racism, we must keep in mind that sincere repentance, I think I already read this to y'all, and apologies are necessary if we want to move towards racial reconciliation. Perhaps you don't feel as if you personally have done anything wrong, but you can spend time repenting on behalf of the church and asking for God to open hearts and minds to the issue of racism. Blame Whitey, so always blame Whitey. Church members are told we recognize that it is a profound challenge to sit on the hot seat and listen with an open heart to the hurt and anger of the wounded. So all you black folks are wounded. Most of the black people I know, they don't feel like they're wounded. They don't feel like we've done anything wrong to them. If they do, they're keeping it to themselves. But you can tell a person when you talk to them what they're about. Most times you can, especially the more time you spend around them. But they're wounded. They're setting this up to where the blacks are the victims and we are the oppressors. And whether we are the actual ones doing it or not, we need to apologize and make them feel more comfortable. I just don't get it. I really don't. All right, let me see if I can find something else. The evangelical group claims a church membership of nearly 2 million globally in the United States. The organization maintains 7,600 centers of activity and says it helps 23 million American families a year. A financial report shows the group raised 59% of the 3.3 billion, whatever. All right, let me tell you about the Salvation Army. I love the Salvation Army, and I'm not going to apologize to them because I ain't done a damn thing. But I've always bought my clothes at the Salvation Army or the Goodwill. You know, for years I've done this, and they got the good clothes, especially the one over there off Washington Road and here in Augusta, over there near where the rich white people live. Oh God, did I say white people? That was racist. Well, rich people, just rich people. There might be some blacks and Chicanos over there. I doubt it. But anyhow, old woman. I think it was a woman. Yeah, it was a woman. Yeah, it was a woman. She taught me how to find the best place to look for men's blue jeans. when you go in the Salvation Army or the Goodwill. She said, she learned how to do this because that's where she buys her husband's clothes. And they buy, they buy. She said they buy just about all their clothes at the Goodwill and Salvation Army. She said, go over to the women's department where pants and blue jeans are hanging, and look through every one of them. They got a heap of them over there. Look through every one of them, and just look at the waistband. Look at the size. Because they got women's sizes in like sixes, sevens, eights, nines, tens, or whatever, single digit. But men's will always be uh, 32, 34, 32, 38, the waist and the length. And once you see one that says the waist and the length, you found man's jeans. All right, she said, you'll find a lot of men's jeans over there because she says this is what they do. Says you'll have some women come in there and they want to buy their husband some clothes, but they won't buy them some clothes too. They end up spending the money on more on themselves than they do before they buy their husband something or whatever. Or maybe they found 4 or 5 nice pair of jeans or slacks or whatever for the husband, but they only had the money to buy 2 or 3 of them at the time. Well, she said this is what they do. The women folks, instead of putting it back over there in the men's department so somebody else can find it, they'll hide them over there with the women's blue jeans, and they can always go back over there and find them. And she told me that, and I went over there and looked. And whenever I go to the Goodwill or the Salvation Army first, I go straight to the women's department over there with the blue jeans. And sure enough, most times I ain't even got to go over to the men's department and look, because I find some good Levi's, good Wranglers, and they're all right there in the women's department in the blue jeans. Now, am I going to quit shopping at Salvation Army? And I know Goodwill's a racket, but am I going to stop shopping at them places because of the way they are politically acting, or on the statement they made about us white folks need to apologize? Nope, I'm not going to stop shopping there. I can save a lot more money that way. I used to love to go to yard sales, but it's hard for me to get around right now to go to yard sales. But now, if I could get around and go to yard sales exclusively, I probably would cut off Salvation Army and Goodwill. But I just want to share that with y'all that they have woken up. White folks, next time you go on Salvation Army, you go up and find out who the head one is there, and you get on your knees and you apologize. You tell them that you are so sorry for being racist. That you did not know you were racist. Subconsciously, you might have been. And it's just when you found out about this, tell them you saw my video and Skip let me know about it and showed me the articles. And doggone it, I'm racist and I didn't realize it, but I want to apologize to y'all. Yeah, you do that, I'll tell you what. We're not racist, people. We are not racist. You know, I'm look at that's enough about all that. All right, I'll talk to y'all next time. All right, all right.